Well, hello there. Oh, there's my spotlight. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Seems I've changed a little bit. No longer am I an inspector, but now I am a vamp. Hello there. Hello, Fiji. Yes, welcome back. Here we are for another exciting episode of Jankyl and Howle's Horror Gaming Theater. Yes, and this is movie night. Yay! Yes, Fiji, I'm here, you're here, everybody's here. We're so excited. Tonight's movie is a very special one. It's known as Lady Frankenstein. And it came out in 1971, I believe, and it has a very fascinating backstory. It was helmed and directed by a man named Mel Wells. And what happened was there was another gentleman who was flush with money and was rather smitten, shall we say, with a young actress, Miss Neary, who appears in this film. But his plan to woo her affections was to produce a movie that she would star in. Not a bad plan. No, Fiji, we've heard worse, certainly. But anyway, he went to Mr. Wells and dropped a script he had written called Lady Dracula into his lap and a pile of money and said, hey, make this movie, just make sure she's the star. Well, the guy took him up on it, Mr. Wells did. He said, why not? Yeah, let's make a movie. Hoo, let's go. Unfortunately, young Miss Neary had no sense of affection towards the man with the money. She thought he was rather boring and that he had no grip on reality because he had never really worked a day in his life. He had everything handed to him, and she just wasn't attracted to him. So that didn't work out, and it turned out that the script, Lady Dracula, the rights to it were actually owned by someone else. So they couldn't go with that. No, Fiji. So they had to start over. And Mr. Wells got in contact with a friend of his, and Edward De Laurentiis, and they wrote their own script, Lady Frankenstein. But of course, like all movies, they ran into money problems. So what did they do? They ended up getting a check from Roger Corman. Yay! We love Roger Corman here. He is one of my personal favorites. And he gave him a chunk of money in exchange for the North American distribution rights. Yeah, he probably got a deal there. I don't know. But anyway, that's what brought this movie to us. So I've jabbered on long enough. We're going to have a few other segments. We're going to have viewer mail, of course. Yes, you'll get to do that. And then Mr. Howle will be reviewing the movie Halloween Ends. And we're going to finish it off with an interview with an old friend. So, I think I've babbled on enough. Let's get right to the movie. Let's go. All right, so here we go. For some reason, Janky wanted me to watch this movie and talk about it, so that's what I'm doing. So what do we got? Some guys here. Wow, they're like really eyeballing each other. There's something nefarious going on here. Okay, so they have dug up a coffin. And they're carrying it away. Okay. That is apparently the dude in charge. Lady Frankenstein. All right. So, nothing real shocking here. They are digging up bodies for the Frankenstein folks so they can build their monsters. Well, that was very thoughtful of him to shut the gate when they were done. Over at the Frankenstein place. like there could be some snow on the ground there. So, before this really gets started, you can let us know down in the comments. Do you like it when I do commentary during the movie? You probably don't know yet because we haven't gotten very far into it. But if you do, or if you don't, let us know down below, and we may take appropriate action thereby. Not a big problem for me. It's not like I got a lot to do anyway. They don't let me out of the house much, if at all. Alright, so now they are delivering the body. They must be really strong because they don't seem to be struggling with that thing at all. Wells.
Bit overripe, that one. Best I could do this week. People just never die when it suits you. Do they, Doctor? Oh, beg your pardon, Baron.
You don't have to count it. It's all there.
Always is, always is. See you next week.
Lynch,
Yeah.
I may need you sooner than next week. Something very special this time.
Oh, I like that. Very special. Has a ring of money to it, eh?
I want a corpse dead no longer than 6 hours. 200.
No, 500.
300.
Done. Let's say I'm a patron of science. But I can't promise.
Results, not promises.
Well. Okay, then.
I don't understand your trusting him so much.
Money, Charles, is a miracle drug for people like Lynch.
Lynch, huh? Oh, wow. That's a pretty big set. Lots of space. You can tell that's definitely not in the basement of a trailer in the middle of a cornfield. Okay. That just come right off. They're opening the wardrobe. The stiff does not appear to be all that stiff. Okay. Do you think that compartment is refrigerated? Oh, Janky would like that. There's all kinds of beakers and wires and tubes and stuff.
Such a grotesque dream.
Okay.
Or perhaps he shall be a nightmare.
Would it matter?
Not to me, not if I can give him life. That's worth anything.
Including your own life?
Even that.
To succeed in creating life is the ultimate achievement. To hesitate, to fear, to doubt now would make everything I've ever done.
Not according to Conan.
This is my life.
But to create life, should man leave that to God?
Here on Earth, man is God.
Well, you're not really creating life, are you, Doc? You're
Good
kind of
night,
like
Charles.
reanimating.
Daniel will arrive in the morning.
So
You'll
you're
want
like
to look at this.
rebooting it.
Good night.
Good night.
Charles! Well, I thought I would at least deserve a hello.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I'm very happy to see you.
Tanya, huh?
Your father and I were
I wonder if
always
that's
happy to
Lady
see you.
Frankenstein.
Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
How lovely you look. Thomas? Thomas?
She's kind of dressed
Come here.
like,
Thomas?
the Addams Family lady, Morticia.
Would you please take Mademoiselle's luggage? Take the luggage inside. Luggage inside, eh?
Well, let me just
Tanya?
put my animal down. What is that, a lamb? Guess what's for dinner? Lamb chops!
Man.
Your father is still dressing. He worked rather late last night.
Still
As
dressing.
usual.
How long does it take on to
Is
put
he
clothes?
still experimenting
Ah.
with animal transplants?
Well, you know how he is. He's been at it for 20 years. He'll be at it for another 20, but tell
Do you
me
think
about
she's
the
looking for her
university.
hollowed-out book with her stash?
Except for my studies, it was rather boring. But I didn't go there to socialize. Aren't you pleased?
College student.
I'm
Yep,
like my
looking for
father,
her stash.
stubborn. When I want something, I get it. And I did. First of my class. I'm now a licensed surgeon.
Congratulations, Doctor.
Father! Father! Oh, so
Hi,
nice to
little
see
girl.
Oh, well, they're happy to see each other.
Is that the way for a licensed surgeon to behave?
This one does.
Oh, yeah, Jack Morgan. Poor son of a
Okay.
bitch. They're gonna hang him good. Snap his neck for sure.
What about it, Simon? You and Harry with me?
Poor son of a bitch, Jack Morgan. Never did like him, though. Neither did you, right?
I'm waiting, yes or no.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tom.
And Harry?
Where I go, he goes.
Okay,
Toast to Jack Morgan. Long may he die.
I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
But
Okay, so
you
this
have
is a
heard this
commentary
story
on
many
alcoholism.
times before.
It doesn't matter, Father. It's a
Drink
charming
the cheap
story.
stuff, you're a bum.
You know,
If you drink the
Father,
expensive
the name
stuff,
Frankenstein
you're
still echoes through
elitist.
the halls of the university.
I'm not surprised, but I stopped caring about those fools when I left them with their hands clapped over their ears 30 years ago.
Having a bit of a nip myself.
Please sit down, Charles. Your leg must be tired.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
Was it difficult? I mean, very difficult
When you fell from
seeing my
heaven.
daughter.
Sometimes. Mostly it was my being a woman. The professors have a lot of old-fashioned ideas about a woman's place.
I'm sure you will make a fine surgeon.
Thank you, Charles. But I do not want to be merely a fine surgeon.
What do you want?
To assist you, Father, in your work.
Well, Charles
You
is
know,
a
since
bit
I
of
was a youngster, I was always interested in
he's
your
a bit
experiments.
starstruck, ain't he?
Each summer
What
when I
it
was
they
here,
said? He's Twitter-pated.
I would sneak into your laboratory.
But it was always locked.
I know. But I discovered the other way. The one through the
other
wall.
way.
The bedroom wall.
Huh. Well, you little devil.
I was always curious. I still am. I'm curious to see how far you have progressed. And to show you my own progress.
I shall be delighted to discuss it with you, of course.
Okay.
Doctor to doctor.
Good. But I must warn you that my ideas are quite radical. Even more so than yours, Father.
Really?
Of course. I am my father's daughter.
Yep, and the youngins
You are
always think they know
referring
best.
to animal transplants.
Human.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, okay then.
Why another 100?
This order's very delicate. There are certain people that have to be paid in advance.
What people?
Well, Baron, you know, I can't tell you. Professional ethics.
Don't speak to me of ethics.
The less you know, the
If you
better.
want what you want, it
Plausible
will cost you another
deniability.
100. The way I see it, Baron, you don't have any choice.
I'll have to get it for you.
Take your time and don't worry. I won't sit down. I wouldn't want to damage this wonderful furniture.
But I'll drink your booze. Hubba hubba.
Excuse me.
Did you burp?
I was looking for my father.
Wow,
Would
how
that
long
be
do you think
Dr.
it took to do
Marsden?
that hair?
It would not.
Well, I never thought the Baron had it in him.
But Dr. Marshall would.
No, not on his best night. A drink, eh?
Much too early.
Let me offer you your own booze.
For anything.
My dear sir, you are an obnoxious man, extremely vulgar. And I'm certain that whatever you are thinking is merely fantasy on your part. I would say that you spend too much time alone in your fantasies.
Yeah.
Be careful. It will soften your brain far quicker than whiskey.
How can somebody so lovely be such a bitch?
It depends on the company I'm with. I'm sorry, Father.
Why are you sorry?
I didn't know you had a visitor.
Mr. Lynch,
Yes.
Take your
I
leave.
will see you out.
Always a pleasure to talk to a lady. Good day, lady.
Okay, then.
Father, I said I was sorry.
I heard you.
What the heck did she do wrong?
Oh, yeah.
200 now. 200 on delivery. When will it be?
Very soon.
When?
The hanging Jack Morgan, day after tomorrow.
So?
So he's your man.
Do you think he might have been Captain Morgan? I wonder what his crime was. I likes a good hanging, I do.
Well, I don't suppose you'll be missing Jack Morgan very much.
About as much as I would miss you, Captain.
That really depresses me, Lynch, because one day you'll be shaking hands with Morgan in hell.
Oh, I'll save my other hand for you, Captain.
You don't have much time, Lynch. You're sure to make a mistake one day, and that's the day I'll own it. And it won't be just jail for you. You're too clever for that. It's the hanging line. That's what you want, and I'll see you get what you want. It's the least I can do.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't.
Oh, I will.
Yeah?
I will, Lynch.
Okay, then. So the copper is after the bad guy.
You hear?
Now, is it just me, or is that rather upbeat music for a hanging? Sounds like, more like parade type music.
What are you doing here?
I was on my way to town. I saw the people. Why? What's going on?
Something I'd rather you not see.
A hanging.
I've never seen a hanging.
Nor will you see this one.
Now, Father, I may be a woman, but I am also a doctor. Death is nothing new to me.
This is not
She's
death.
a surgeon.
man.
I think she's cut up
This
a few
is
slabs.
legalized murder.
Maybe she should stay to see the difference.
Maybe she should.
Thank you, Charles.
Don't thank him yet.
Okay, then. Don't get that. So he's not impressed with the preacher, apparently. Rather rude.
Pretty Jack?
And what if I made any difference, you
Just a
idiot?
short step from here.
Why didn't I ever cut your throat?
Seunte seum clamidem conciniam circundederunt ei, et plectentes coronam vespinis
All right. So, any final words?
sineum acceperunt arundi,
Apparently that's enough. Who's this guy?
Ready.
requiem aeternam dona ei Domine, et lux perpetua lucia Tei. Amen.
There he goes. Holy crap! How far's this guy fallen? Thunk. I mean, that was a long way, right?
Tanya knows about the animals.
But how?
I don't know. She asked me why you still had them, and I didn't.
What animals?
What are we going to do?
Not
Tanya
natural.
mustn't find out what.
I think she already knows, fella.
Pay up, Baron.
Good work, Lynch. Good work.
Thank you.
Charles.
Go on, Turner. Earn your money. Yes, sir, Baron. I really like doing business with you. It's clean and it's quiet.
Was it difficult?
As difficult as drinking a bottle of whiskey. And you can see that's not very difficult.
Oh, yeah, because everybody else does all the work. Is that the same dude? They shave his head? No, he's got a goatee. The other guy didn't have a goatee, did he? That is a rather large syringe.
1 liter this time.
Oh, this is gonna be cool. Ah! Secret passage! Love secret passages. Not too many in a trailer, though.
Good. Now we're ready.
Now you're ready.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't.
I was hoping you wouldn't do this.
Really?
This is why you
I don't
love
believe you,
the
Doc.
animals. Human transplants.
Tanya, will you please leave?
No.
But I can help you.
You don't understand.
I do, Father. I do. What are you going to do with the brain?
Tanya, please.
What are they teaching you in that school of yours?
Father, will you both stop treating me like a child? I'm a doctor.
Maybe you should have got dressed before you came down here.
Do I?
You can't do brain transplants in your night clothes. Everybody knows that. I noticed the curls are all gone from her hair. And her mascara is on.
Impossible. Charles.
It is not impossible, Tanya.
But the heart, the brain, you have to keep them alive.
Yes, we've done it before.
Inside another human body?
We don't need a human body.
We have a Cuisinart.
You are going to put Morgan's heart and brain into that creature.
Tanya, no more questions.
But Father,
I don't want you to get involved. If anything should go wrong, the law would hold you equally responsible. And I don't want that to happen. Soon I'll tell you everything. Please be patient.
I'll try. Good luck.
Huh.
Is everything ready?
Ready.
Let me just make a little incision with my stabbing stick. Oh yeah, Janky would love that setup. I noticed they're not wearing masks, so they must not be too worried about infection.
Timing device, quickly.
Is that a battery pack? Oh no, I know what that is. That's a chess clock.
Timing device ready, Doctor.
Set it.
Your move, Doctor. Knight to King's 4. A rib! I found a rib! Is that the heart? What is that? It looks like a lobster. Here, take the lobster head and dip it in the brine solution. Wait, let me clean out this antennae. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Into the bath it goes. See, told you, brine solution. Timing clock. They're not even wearing gloves.
Give it a few more seconds.
Oh, it's a beating.
I hope Mr. Morgan's brain is as cooperative.
It will be, Charles.
Okay.
And so for the past 20 years, my experiments with animal transplants have been pointed to this week. All the abuses I have endured from my friends, all the accusations against my sanity, and worse, will be thrown into their sanctimonious faces.
Looking for something?
So is he
Yes,
done?
clouds. I need a storm for my final step, an electrical storm. For only lightning will give the creature life. That's why I haven't transplanted the heart and the brain. Oh, I
He
can keep
needs
them alive
gigawatts,
indefinitely in
just
the
like Doc
laboratory.
Brown.
But once I
2.2
transplant them,
gigawatts?
they'll survive only a few hours, unless they're activated by lightning.
I want to see how you keep them alive.
You shall.
You will succeed, Father.
I will hope.
I noticed she's got
promise
all
you
the
I
curls
will.
in her hair again.
And the medical world will be brought to its knees.
I want that so much.
Wow, that must have
To
taken a
see
lot
you
less time
realize
than I
your
was
dream.
figuring.
Something that no one will ever take away from you.
They won't have to. I'll give it to them.
Well, there we go. Right on cue. We got a storm. Quick, fire up the DeLorean. Taking us a long time to get here, isn't it? Okay, all the sticks are in place. All the goblets are in place. More goblets. Okay, they're all here and bubbling. I have to take notes on whether or not the goblets are bubbling.
Doctor.
That
Quickly.
is one heck of a beaker.
Just below the cortex.
In the white matter?
No, further down, in the gray matter. See? The hypothalamus is damaged.
Oh no, not the hypothalamus.
It's no good, Doctor. It must be repaired.
There isn't time.
We must make the time. You cannot use a damaged brain.
You couldn't notice that earlier?
And if it isn't, the hypothalamus is the main center of the automatic nervous system. You may be creating something that cannot function. What good would that be? To give it life and just let it lie there, nothing more?
We'll have to take that.
What about anger and pleasure? Two emotions connected to the damaged part of the brain. Two vital emotions. Either one in excess could be devastating. Correct the damage first.
There isn't time, Charles. Every minute cuts into the life of that heart. 20 years, I can't throw away 20 years by minutes.
But think, Doctor.
Think, no. Instinct. Instinct changes the world, not thought, and my instinct tells me to transplant that brain right now. If you won't help me, I'll do it alone.
My instinct is to eat nachos.
Very well, then.
And tacos. Too bad it's not Tuesday. Ah! Just pop and play. Cut the top of your head off, take the old brain out, pop the new brain in, sew it all up, add a little glue, we're good to go. Hypothalamus, thalamus. Okay, what? We should see her dreaming? Oh, it's a horrible storm. Curls were gone again. Gotta bolt his head in place. Make sure the glue sets.
Open it.
Oh. Adding a lightning rod. Clearly, he has taken basic seamanship. That's a rather rickety looking ladder. Huh. Yep, seamanship. He's got a captain's wheel there. Okay, let me make a last minute adjustment here that I couldn't do when I was on the ground level. Yep, that's right. Okay.
Don't worry, Charles. Everything will be fine. Bands will be done.
Well, that couldn't be foretelling of badness to come. What? Was that a bunch of bats? Okay, we got lightning. There's bats! Why are there bats flying around the body? Oh crap! His nose is on fire! Ah! The nose! The nose! The nose is on fire! We don't need no water! Oh, better stop that there. His nose is on fire! Let me put it out with this little rag here. Okay.
Close the skylight.
Oh, wow, I just thought of something. Flaming snot rockets. Oh, we gotta get Janky on it. That would be so cool! Flaming snot rockets! How do you set a guy's nose on fire? I think I figured it out. Lady Frankenstein was up looking out her window, having a ciggy. And she tossed her ciggy, and it landed in the monster's nose, causing it to catch fire. Okay, dude, we burnt your face up a little bit. Let me put this thing on your chest. Huh. Something about your car's extended warranty.
All you do is wait. What is this? Devil with his face. I don't care what he looks like. I want him to live.
Well, see, curls are gone. I'm sorry, we lost the nose.
Fail, Charles. You're right. I should have taken time to repair the brain damage.
It probably wouldn't have made any difference. The effect of the damage would only show after the brain was reactivated.
We'll never know. And to never know is more frustrating than failure.
You want to bet?
Take a long rest, Doctor. Then we can begin again.
Oh, look!
I'm afraid
We've got
not.
finger movement!
No use trying to make me feel better. It's too late for me, Charles. Perhaps Tanya will succeed. Will you help her?
Of course. But wait and see how you feel in a month or so. You may change your mind.
Oh, look at
I'll
it.
feel the
Legs.
same. I don't even know if I want her to attempt it.
A moment ago you did.
That was just self-indulgence. The whole experiment, really.
No, it wasn't.
Who can say, Charles? Perhaps there are some things man should leave to God.
Oh, now you're having
Never thought
second
I'd get
thoughts?
myself there.
It's probably one of them bats knocked it over. Why were there bats? I still don't get the bats. Hello,
He's
beautiful.
alive. Pete. Step back, Charles.
See, this is where you need Matthew McConaughey to say, all right, all right, all right. Man, you need a crowbar to undo his bindings?
Really only taking place in our minds. Sit up. Sit up!
Hey, dude, don't yell at me. I just got reanimated.
Stand!
Well, as far as monsters goes, he is kind of creepy looking. Massive shoulders, itty bitty legs, and a pumpkin-headed noggin. I mean, that's a big old brain sack.
Charles. We've done it. Okay. Go get Tanya. She was here this morning. Get her.
Well, welcome back. Yes, and see who we've brought with us? We have, well, you're not really Inspector Russo anymore, are you? No. Now I am Vamp Russo. Yes. Oh, Vamp Russo. That's different. But anyway, let's get right to the mail. We have 3 letters today. Oh boy, so exciting. Can you do this one-handed? Yeah, I think I can. Let's see. We'll drop that off. And this first one, oh wow, that's rather large, long. Comes from somebody named Richard. I like Dick. Yes, Dick. Well, it says Richard, so that might be what he prefers to be called. It says, in the velvet darkness of the blackest night, burning bright, there's a guiding star. No matter what or who you are, there's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Okay, now this makes sense. There's a light burning in a fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of everybody's life. The darkness must go down the river of night's dreaming. Flow, Morpheus, flow. Let the sun and light come streaming into my life, into my life. There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. there's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of everybody's life. Oh. Well, that was, I don't know, I would say a little bit rocky, a little horror. It definitely paints a picture in the show. Rocky, horror picture. Oh, okay, it all makes sense now. I'm glad you understand. All right, let's get to the second letter here. And can you guess who this is from? Honey Brewster, of course. In diddly-do. You're right. It's from Honey Brewster. Okay, this one we have to do together. I'll play the part of Frankenstein, and you do the part of the bride. Okay. So, Frankenstein's monster and the bride sit down to dinner. That's the setting. How come you never help with dinner? I did. How? I did the mash. Don't you dare. The monster mash. Okay. Anyway, next one. I heard Dr. Lady Frankenstein was working on a new creature made entirely out of cheese. It was Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, okay. Lady Frankenstein's most embarrassing moment was when she entered a bodybuilding contest. She really misunderstood the point of the competition. All right. Everyone knows that Albert Einstein was a genius, but few know his brother Frank was a monster. Frank, okay, yeah, I get it eventually. Takes a minute, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It takes a minute. Before Lady Frankenstein joined Prime, she was struggling with ordering products. Shipping was costing her an arm and a leg. You write this stuff? No, actually, I look it up, so don't blame me. Okay, one more. And this is from the Harbinger. So it says, Lady Frankenstein just earned her degree and returned home where her father squealed with glee. The doc had just built a man and set his nose on fire. The monster then hugged the doc for being such a liar. Yeah, that's somewhat rhyming. The monster went for a walk because he needed a drink, came across a naked woman and tossed her in the drink. What happens next? You'll have to wait and see. Enough of this poem. Let's get back to the movie. Thank you, Harbinger. I actually like that one. Yeah, it wasn't bad. So, do we have any more to talk about? Well, you got to tell them where they can write in at. Oh, yes. If you would like to write us, you can send us an email here. There's nothing there. I know, it'll show up later. And if you would prefer to send us traditional mail through the post service, you may do so here. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to the show. Yes, let's get back to the show.
Come forward. Come forward.
You're rather bossy, ain't you?
Another step. Another step.
Yep, quite creepy looking. Let me listen to your heart. Let me give you a hug. Oh, didn't see that coming. Well, it's probably what you get for bossing him around like that. I mean, he did just wake up. People tend to be a little grouchy when you first wake them up.
Tanya. Tanya? He's done it. It's alive.
Oh,
It's alive.
oh, Charles. Oh.
You know, I gotta give him credit. I like the way this monster moves. It feels authentic.
You're going to have to tell me all about...
Smell my finger.
With those footsteps.
Tanya, be quiet, please.
My father.
Apparently, the monster's going out for a walk. Uh-oh, the good doctor has deceased. Quick! Dig out his brain! And his heart. Didn't they say they could, like, save the brain and the heart? They didn't need a body? Get his brain.
Tanya.
I'm all right now, Charles.
Now it's all mine. It's all mine!
No. Not yet.
I was his only
Tanya,
inheritor.
Do you want to disgrace my father?
your father's dead and you're worried about his name? You can't
Well,
keep
yeah.
him from the police.
Not his death. Only the creature.
That's impossible. What if it kills again? Its brain is damaged. I warned your father, but... Tanya, no. We must tell Harris.
Yes, tell him. But tell him it was a robber.
But there is Morgan's body.
What did you do with the other corpses?
The lie tank.
Put Morgan in it.
What?
Then you can go to Harris. Please, Charles.
I don't know, Tanya. What could you hope to gain?
Time. Time to think of some way to save my father's reputation. Please, Charles. Didn't you love him?
You know I did.
So do it for him.
Holy crap! She's a better ventriloquist than I am. So here we... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here? So it's the next morning. The monster's gone for a long walk. He's going over a bridge. And there is some crazy hanky-panky going on. That is a naked lady. So the dude runs away. Is he going to throw her in the water? Perhaps she needed a bath. I don't know. Okay. That made a ton of sense. You know, in the original...
Animal organs, I believe.
Yes, of course.
The Frankenstein's
My father
monster
has been
threw the
experimenting
little girl
with
in the
animal
water
transplants.
because she told him that
Very
pretty
interesting.
things go in the water. And he
You
thought
saw
she
this,
was
right?
pretty.
A big man, you say?
I don't know why this
Yes,
Frankenstein's
you'd have
monster
to be a very
did that.
big man. Big enough to... But what did he steal?
Nothing as far as I can tell. I haven't had time to check everything.
My father must have surprised him.
I would think it was your father who was surprised. But what would a robber be doing in a laboratory?
He wouldn't have known it was a laboratory. He must have seen the light and he wanted to investigate.
Perhaps.
Well, come on,
You
copper.
said
He was looking
a
for drugs.
Very big man. How big would you say?
I don't know. I was asleep.
At least half a foot taller than you, Captain.
Really? That would make him more than 7 feet tall. Are you sure, Dr. Morris?
Really?
Well, half a
Okay,
foot.
you guys are about the same.
After
You're
all,
going
he
to
was
tell me
running
you're
away when I saw him.
6'6"? You don't look 6'6".
I thought you said you saw
Because
him
that would
at
make
the
her
earlier.
about
Yes, but all that
6'3",
registered in my
6'4".
mind then was this
So,
hulk of a man.
no, dude.
The barrel. Yeah.
And then you entered a few moments after this robber killed the Baron.
I tried to stop him, but he threw me aside quite easily, and I couldn't...
And that was the time when you saw him run out.
Yes.
But you weren't hurt.
No, I wasn't.
How very fortunate. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure this has been quite an ordeal for both of you. Oh, by the way,
Don't
the
leave
young
town.
man...
Thomas,
Thomas, where was he?
he doesn't live here. He comes each morning very early.
Thank you.
He didn't believe us.
Of course he did. He just tried to impress me. You are marvelous, Charles. Thank you.
What now?
Now we wait.
And no
Okay.
place better on a sunny afternoon than right here. Just so long as I know it's my wife.
Good Lord,
They didn't notice that before.
Get the wagon, hurry.
There's a naked lady out here. You get the wagon, dude. I'm out of here. He's got sticks sticking out of his head. Karate chop! Nope. It's the sleeper. Uh-oh.
Nice,
That's a
cheerful
broken
place
neck.
you have here, Lynch. Very fashionable. It's like something out of an insane asylum. Yes, you do have the taste of a connoisseur. The taste of a man who truly knows what is obscene, vulgar, erotic, and simply grotesque. It's very clever the way everything blends together. How things seem to balance. Not one piece out of place. Not 1 inch of space wasted. It's truly remarkable. I am impressed. Lynch, you're such an ugly man.
So Lynch is sleeping
What's
and you're
wrong,
saying all that
Captain?
crap?
All your cells empty this morning?
Oh, on the contrary. As a matter of fact, some friends of yours were kind enough to spend the night with me.
I don't
Oh.
have any friends.
Oh, but you do. There's Simon Burke and Harry Morris, and not to mention Jim Turner, and that other fellow, the little one with the hunchback.
Were they drunk?
Very. You see, they started a brawl in the tap at the sawmill. You do know the place.
Vaguely. But what does 4 drunks have to do with me, huh?
You see, the fight was over which one of them was going to pay for the entire bill, which was quite substantial. Your friend's drink, you know.
You still haven't answered my question, Captain.
Oh, haven't I?
No.
Well, let me put it this way. Where do 4 such men come upon enough money for each of them to be able to pay for himself and the other 3?
Maybe they earned it.
Maybe, but doing what? Simon and Harry, they can't earn much. After all, how many hangings do we have?
Not enough to suit you, Captain.
Lynch, you disappoint me. I don't pass sentence on anyone. I only arrest them.
You do seem
drinking
rather
alone?
judgmental, dude.
No, he...
Oh, crap! What is that?
Are you in the mood, Captain?
Ah!
2 of those men work for
I
you.
did not
and I
see
can't
that
see you
coming.
paying anyone enough to buy a decent dinner. Let alone a night's drinking for 4 men.
So she's naked and he's
All right, Captain.
fully dressed.
I wouldn't.
Don't get
Maybe
that,
they found
but,
other
hey,
work.
whatever.
Something that
To
pays
each their
the
own.
police captain's wages.
I'm not laughing, Lynch. Just tell me what kind of work they do for you, since you have no legitimate business. Oh, I know you're a banker of sorts, loaning out money at exorbitant rates of interest. But you're hired help. What?
They are collectors. They collect money for me.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Well, I'll leave you to your whatever a man like you calls it.
The same thing a man like you calls it.
One day, Lynch, you're going to tell me the wrong thing at the right time.
And that's why they say,
It's
never
useless,
talk to
Tanya.
cops.
You won't find the solution there. There isn't one anywhere.
I have the solution, Charles. I'm only looking for a way to make it happen. Will you help me?
If I can.
Will you help me?
I cannot commit myself until I know what you consider the solution.
Okay.
Another creature.
Tanya, it took your father and me 3 years to construct the first one.
Mine will take less than 3 weeks.
Even if it took 3 hours, it would be too late.
Then there's been another killing.
2. I didn't want to tell you. I was in town today. Everyone in the village is speaking about the monster. That is what they called your father's life's work, a monster, and they're right.
They are not right! My father was a genius.
Yeah, they kind of are.
And his creation will...
It will do nothing but kill. You don't understand. Even without the damage to the brain, the creature has the mind of a murderer. It kills for the sake of killing. It must be destroyed. And Harris will destroy it.
How can a man destroy it? No, Charles. There's only one solution. To create a second creature.
Okay. I don't
You'll
follow
be
your logic.
creating
But
another
go ahead.
monster.
Not a monster. An executioner. Our creature will kill my father's murderer.
No, it's impossible. Even if you found the right brain, your creature, despite the superhuman strength induced by the lightning, it would need a physical body strong enough to support it. Where would you find such a man?
Probably at the gym.
And that's my proposition. 500 pounds if you find me the right person.
Yeah, well, what makes you think I can?
My father told me. It's all written in his diary. He gave you a lot of money in the 3 years.
I don't want money from you.
I see.
I knew you would. Just for one night. Then I'll find you your man. It won't cost you a thing.
It will. I feel nothing but repulsion for you.
I don't give a damn how you feel about me. It ain't your feelings I want.
Your price is too high.
Then go peddle your money elsewhere.
I think Captain Harris would find my father's diary very enlightening.
My selling corpses wouldn't surprise anyone. But your father
Blackmail.
finding them, now that would give everybody plenty to talk about, eh? Wouldn't it, miss? Now, think about it. No one else can help you.
He's
No.
got you there.
After all, what's one night out of your life? It can't kill you. And after, you can take a bath and everything will be brand new again.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him!
You need a drink, Charles. I don't see why you're so upset. A man like Lynch cannot be taken seriously.
Still, I would kill him for even suggesting that
Thank you, Charles. I didn't know that you felt so much about my reputation. I'm sorry. Of
I don't
course
think
you
it's
do.
your
You are a
reputation he's so
gentleman.
worried about.
And so you only think of me as untouchable.
You're wrong.
Am I? Do you ever think of touching me?
Tanya, please.
Oh, my.
Does it really bother you to know that a man like Lynch desires me?
No. Only that he was vulgar enough to reveal it to you.
You never really believed in my father's dream. You only stayed because of me.
What if I did?
Then why didn't you tell me? Because you were afraid. You've always been afraid. You are afraid now. We don't need Lynch.
Okay.
All we need is each other. I found him. Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, Thomas. Physically, he's perfect. His body's strong and beautiful. Be honest, wouldn't you like to have such a body?
What does that have to do with me?
Everything, because you love me. I know you do. But you've never done anything about it. Instead of your love for me giving you strength, you let it melt your spine.
Stop
You
it.
let it fester inside of you until all
Stop.
you could do was to look at me with those weird,
Stop.
hurt eyes. With the eyes of an old man. With the eyes of a cripple who could never even dream that I could love him.
Could you? Could you love me?
Yes. If you look like Thomas.
Awkward.
Then love Thomas!
I can't love Thomas. He hasn't your mind. Think of it. Think of me.
Oh, wow. I just figured it out. This crazy lady
Would you
wants
like
to
to
take
have
his
my
brain
body
and put it in
buried?
Thomas's body.
Would you like to make love to me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You can. I can make it possible.
my brain and my heart in Thomas's body.
His heart is as gentle as yours. Thomas, with your brain, there's a man I could truly love.
No. I won't kill Thomas.
This is pretty sick and twisted.
I'm not a murderer.
You were ready to kill Lynch.
That was different.
Well,
Murder
Lynch is
is
kind of a
murder.
scumbag. Thomas is a bit of an innocent.
I'll help you.
He likes
I'll be
lambs.
your wife. I'll give you everything.
Oh, boy. Yep, he's a bit of a clumsy monster. Curls are gone.
Do you like it?
Yes, very much.
I've had that ring for a long time. I'd never dared hope to see you wearing it.
Dude, she's using you. Can't you see that? Lynch gets around. Not so much anymore.
Good morning, Charles.
So, do
Don't
you think
think
they
of
spent the
Thomas
night
now.
together?
Think of him after. The way he will be.
In here. Come. In here. He's in there. Terrible sight. Oh, it's a terrible sight. Oh, terrible. Terrible sight.
Is that like a big lady statue?
Right in here. Little woman. Get him again.
Somebody spilled ketchup all over his face. How despicable. Sounds like a didgeridoo. Uh-oh. Run away, child. I've got a rake, and I'm not afraid to swing it. Oh, not smart. Bulbhead is really strong. Okay, why don't you just run the opposite way? It's not like this guy's really fast moving. Okay, so he's not a child murderer.
Tom Lynch is dead.
Last night. Killed by the same man who murdered your father. And Lynch wasn't robbed either, Miss Frankenstein.
It's Mrs. Marshall now.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And this man...
That was a quick
anyone
wedding.
see him? Anyone still alive?
The young man who was with Sarah Wills, John Masters.
And this Mr. Masters, what did he see?
He claims it wasn't a man. He said it was a monster. But he was too frightened to satisfy me. However, there's one more witness I would believe.
Who is he?
Seth Atkins' son. He saw the murderer kill his mother. But the lad's in shock. If and when I'm ever able to talk to him, I'll...
Poor boy.
Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Marshall.
I'll see you out, Captain.
Thank you. You know, I've been wondering, Mrs. Marshall, why would you visit Tom Lynch, especially at his place, and at night?
The Baron owed him money, and my wife went to pay it back.
No.
Wouldn't
Okay.
it have been better to send for him?
Really, Captain.
Got a
A
little bit of
man
a
lives here.
question
Of
of a plot hole
But
here.
then I would think Dr.
If
Marshall should
she's
have gone. not you.
already
It was
married
my father's
to
business which
Dr.
made it
Marshall,
mine. Nobody
and
else's.
she's going to
Quite.
take
What I
his
don't
brain
understand is
and
why
pump
would
it
your
into
father
Thomas's
owe Lynch
body,
I find your probing thoroughly impertinent.
It always
what's
is.
that say?
Thank you again, and good night. Oh, one thing more. You don't believe in monsters, do you?
Of course not.
Of course I do. Monsters are awesome. Look, it's Owen Wilson.
Wait till we've finished.
You're worse than Lynch was. Hey, Jim. You sure Dr. Marshall wanted?
Am I sure? Sure, I'm sure. Whatever the Baron was doing with the corpses, Dr. Marshall was helping him. So it must be sure that he's still doing what they were doing. He'll thank us good.
To hell with these thanks.
He'll thank us good.
Money, as long as he pays us good. Come on, this ain't my favorite way to make a living.
Hey, I ain't gonna...
Shh, Jim, shut up. Listen.
Well, quite frankly, it looks like only one guy's doing the work there.
I don't hear nothing.
Well, so much for Owen Wilson. He's got a bit of a spring in his step.
Exactly the way
That
I
probably
found
hurt.
them, Captain. I was here early, like always. I keep a clean place, you know. I always clean it every morning when I come.
I see. Thank you
I try
very
to,
much, Mr. Stone.
Clean it up, yes, sir. I always try to keep a clean place. That's what I
Yes,
keep.
I
A
understand.
nice, quiet place.
Thank you very much.
Grave
That'll be
robbers.
all.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's
It's a
beginning to make a
graveyard.
lot
Of course it's a quiet place.
Get those shovels. Dig it up. Then dig up every one of them dated within the last 2 months.
Just what do you expect to find, sir?
Not a damn thing.
I just want to make you work. Well, somebody went shopping.
Oh, no, Thomas. I wasn't laughing at you. Don't be mad at me.
No, not mad. Never mad at you.
Well, that's very kind of you. Come here, I'll help you. There.
I will do it.
On the
Okay. I had the feeling she's tricking him. Uh-oh. She shut and locked the door. Whoa! Did not see that coming. I thought she was gonna, like, poison him or something. I think she's trying to seduce him.
There.
All the curls are
That's
gone.
better, isn't it?
Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?
Sit down, Thomas. Sit down. That's it. You actually do understand what's going on, don't you?
This movie is a bit on the perverted side. Is he just watching? Oh, creepy.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, but he probably smells like lamb. Oh my. Huh. Here they come. I gotta wonder if YouTube's gonna let me post this. I'm at a bit of a loss for words. Perv boy just standing back there watching. Uh-oh. I do not have a good feeling about this. Oh, wow. Alright, I gotta say, that is some cold-hearted you-know-what right there. If you're able to fiddlesticks with a dude and have somebody come kill him while you're in the middle of fiddlesticking, wow, that's a whole nother level of coldness. Wow, what did they teach her at that university?
Tommy! Tommy! May I help you, young lady?
Oh, good day. I'm looking for my brother.
Your brother? You must have the
Tommy.
wrong...
Thomas Stack.
Ah, he's not here. Have you tried at his home?
I went there first.
I've not seen him for a few days. Perhaps he's gone on a trip.
Tommy?
A
Where would
trip?
he be? He was never out of the county.
It's possible. Perhaps my father's death had something to do with it.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yes, Thomas was very fond of him, and his death must have shocked him.
Oh, yes, perhaps.
I'm really sorry, but I can't help you. I'm sure Tommy will be here soon. Are you living at the inn?
I shall be.
Ah, fine. I'll tell him. He'll be so happy to see you.
Thank you,
Mrs. Marshall.
I'm so sorry to trouble you, Mrs. Marshall.
Oh, no trouble. We're all
Okay,
very fond
so,
of your brother.
Again, the plan
see
is to take
Good day.
Marshall's brain and pop it into Tommy's body. But she's married to Marshall. And now Tommy's sister shows up. And let's say this works, and they do pop the brain into Tommy's body. People are going to say, what's going on here, folks? All of a sudden, Tommy's smart and strong.
You and I...
And Mrs. Marshall's no longer with Mr. Marshall, but with Tommy. There's a lot of complicated stuff going on here.
He will live again, but...
My brain hurts.
with the fame he was meant to have.
I probably need to soak it in the lye.
I liked him, Tommy.
Huh. Well,
I
you
really
killed him.
Think of tonight,
But on the
Charles.
plus side, he did go out the way most guys say they want to go
Only
out.
of tonight.
Kinda, sorta. In that general vicinity.
People are talking. They're saying that Baron Frankenstein is responsible. They're saying that he created
It
that monster.
killed him, remember?
But it didn't kill his daughter.
What does she have to do with it?
Well, you know how people are, Captain, especially when they're scared. Right now, they're so scared they may do anything. Just anything. Something real crazy, maybe. To them, the name Frankenstein is 6 leagues below Satan himself.
Wow.
And they don't care who's wearing it. Come on, John.
Let me put this here. Huh. She made you shave your head.
What's wrong? You can't change your mind now.
Surprise! Bet you didn't expect to see me. Or maybe you did, because I think Janky might have said that I was going to do something tonight. But I'm not doing it alone. Oh, no. I got Mr. Puppet Face. Hey, Mr. Puppet Face, how are you? I'm doing very well, Mr. Howle. How are you? Well, I'm doing really well, too. How about you give me the little arm swingy thing? Yay! So anyway, tonight we're going to talk about our feelings and thoughts of Halloween Ends and another movie. So, are you ready, Mr. Puppet Face? Yes, I am ready. Let's get started. Okay, so we did manage to see Halloween Ends. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to spoil this movie, so if you haven't seen it and you want to be surprised, you should probably shut this off now. But I'm assuming that anybody watching this that got this far into it's probably already seen the movie. Or they don't care about spoilers. So, spoilers ahead. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so they came out with a new trilogy, right? Halloween 2018, right? Was that it? Yes, Mr. Howle, that's it. So, they made that movie, and it came out like 2018, and the idea was to do a new trilogy, and they were going to kind of like ignore all the in-between movies. That Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 were canon, and all the stuff that came after that, they were wiping away for the most part. So, hey, no problem. I'm down with that. And Halloween 2018, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, I like the idea of Michael being in a insane asylum and some nut job showing up with his mask, and he gets out and gets away, and of course he's going to track down Laurie. Yep, he's got his eye on one girl. Sure does. You're right, Mr. Puppet Face. Give me a twirl. Yeah. So anyway, the stuff that happens in the first movie happens in the first movie. We're not going to cover all that. Gets to the second one, Halloween Kills, which I really liked. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it. It was awesome. There was lots of great kills in that, wasn't there, Mr. Puppet Face? Yes, Mr. Howle, there certainly was. That was a great movie. I don't know why people didn't like it, but I did. Anyway, fast forward to this year, and they come out with Halloween Ends. And it was, unfortunately, a turd. Yes, Mr. Puppet Face, it was a turd. No arm swinging on that one. I know you're sad. Here's the problem with the movie. One, it wasn't about Michael Myers, really. You know, this is supposed to be the third, the climax in the new trilogy. And instead of going with everything they have built up to this point, they threw it away. And they said, let's introduce a brand new character that nobody's ever met or really cares about and have him do his thing. Which, okay. And that comes in, his name's Cunningham. Is it Curtis? Charles? I don't know. His first name starts with a C because just like Michael Myers, it's alliteration. It's something Cunningham. I remember that. His last name's Cunningham. But anyway, he has a very unfortunate event that happens to him. Not really his fault, kind of his fault, but not totally his fault. And so he is shunned by the community. Okay, one thing I got to say right here, weak plot device. If something that bad had actually happened to this guy, he would have left town. Because there's no overcoming it, you know. Half the town is going to hate you no matter what. So, but he didn't. He stayed in town. And he does not have a very happy life. Does he, Mr. Puppet Face? No, he does not. We don't really know what he did, but not much of anything. All we do know is that this young adult, who is in his mid-20s at least, is getting picked on by high schoolers. High schoolers that are a lot smaller than him. Now you might say, well, Mr. Howle, he had to be very careful. He couldn't have punched one of these high schoolers in the nose because one, they're high schoolers, and two, he already had a bad reputation. Maybe, but you can only put up with stuff so long. And if they were harassing him the way they show it in the movie, I think he would have snapped and punched one of them in the mouth. Don't you, Mr. Puppet Face? Oh, absolutely. They would have been punched and kicked and dropped. You're right, Mr. Puppet Face. Give me a twirl. Yep. So anyway, this poor kid is being picked on. And lo and behold, who does he strike up a relationship with other than Lori? Yeah. Okay, that could happen. She feels like a bit of an outsider. She sees this guy getting picked on, so she's going to befriend him. Makes sense. Here's my problem with that, though. Between 2018 and Hollywood Kills, they had really made Lori out to be this crazy survivalist. I mean, she's gone nuts. She built a whole house that's nothing but a trap. She was ready for the end of days. I mean, that's how much she went to this. And she had a great plan. It just didn't quite work. But that's, not enough, apparently. Because in the 4 years after Halloween Kills till the present movie, she's done a 180. She's no longer this serious, out for survival. She's sort of a Stepford wife without a husband. She's all happy, do-goody and stuff. And it's a complete change of character, in my opinion. And then there's her granddaughter. Because her granddaughter has a small part in the first movie, a slightly larger part in the second movie. In the third movie, she's a bit older. She's working a rather dead-end job for no reason. But she has a bit of a character change, too. She's not the same person she was. Okay, people change, people grow. But in high school, we know she kind of liked the bad boy. And even though that relationship didn't work out, she shouldn't have been that turned off. I mean, people are attracted to what they're attracted to. But instead, she ends up attracted to this really mopey guy that can't even see himself in the shower without crying. I mean, Mr. Cunningham he's a beta of a beta at this point, okay? So just so you know where we're heading here. But somehow she is super attracted to him, takes him under her wing, and they're going to have a love affair. Except he ends up finding Michael hiding in a tunnel for 4 years. I know. Doesn't make no sense. I mean, I get that, daylight was coming at the end of Halloween and he had to go hide until next Halloween. But for 4 years, he's just been down in this secret tunnel eating rats, apparently. Hey, yeah, where is Fish Rat? Fish Rat ain't here. Probably afraid she was going to get eaten. Anyway, so this guy finds Michael Myers and they have a connection. Something goes through their eyes. And Michael, I guess, doesn't kill him because he sees potential in this guy. Right? Okay, whatever. Most of the movie is about this Cunningham guy. Very little Michael. At the end, there is a showdown between Michael and Lori, but it's rather short-lived and definitely one-sided, which is unfortunate because most of their battles before this were pretty even-handed with Lori kind of getting the upper hand other than Michael wasn't killed, right? Do you agree with that? Yes, I do. Okay, so that is my problem with this movie. I don't want to give everything away, but it wasn't the way they advertised it, because I certainly had the opinion, and a lot of people out there had the opinion, this was going to be the grand finale showdown between Lori and Michael, which is what we all wanted. And what we got instead was some sappy nonsense love story between the granddaughter and this other kid, this Cunningham kid. Man, I wish I could remember his first name. Can you think of his first name? No, I cannot. We'll say Curtis, but I don't think Curtis is right. Could be Charlie, Chuck, I don't know, something with a C. I just know that much. But anyway, I'm digressing. Let me get back to it. Now, the way they could have fixed this is if they changed the order. Okay? And this is what I would have done. 2018, you leave it just like it is. Right? At the end, Michael's trapped in the house. There's a big fire going. But then you swap it. Instead of having Halloween Kills next, you have Halloween Ends next, except for the firefighter scene. Because the firefighters still got to show up. They got to inadvertently get Michael out of the basement of the burning house. He's got to whoop all their butts. And then, after he's done all that, he's weakened from the fire and all the fighting, then he goes and hides in the tunnel. Makes sense. That's fine. And then, because Michael is missing for the next few days, of course, they're going to be looking for him because he killed a bunch of people again, but they can't find him. that's when you introduce this Cunningham kid, and he can come in and be the love interest for the granddaughter because she's already hurt of all her loss. So he's the shoulder to cry on. But, give him a little more backbone this time. So you can take most of the events of Halloween Ends and slap them in the middle here. But then you got to change things up. Because when this Cunningham kid wants to be Michael, you've got to stop him at some point. I would suggest having Michael come, beat him up a little bit, maybe stab him, and take the mask. But he doesn't die. Then you can have the end of Halloween Kills, where the town all gets together, beats up Michael, rips his mask off of him, then they take him and they do what they do to him at the end of Halloween Ends, but the mask is still there. And guess who should find it? The Cunningham kid. Now the Cunningham takes the mask, he puts it on, he can become the new Michael Myers. And his new Laurie can be the granddaughter. Doesn't that make more sense? Well, yeah, it makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. That would have fixed it. Instead, we got the crap they gave us. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that for now. If you like my ideas, you can tell me down below, or you can tell me I'm full of it. I don't care. Just make a comment. Now, we want to talk about a movie we watched that we did like. And that was, what was it called? Do you remember what it was called, Mr. Puppet Face? It was called Leaving D.C. That's right, Leaving D.C. This thing came out in 2012. And it's basically just one dude and a camera. And he's tired of the hustle and bustle out in D.C., so he buys a house out in the country, like 17 acres in the middle of it. Of course, nothing can go wrong there. He goes and he moves in the house, and of course, there's a few odd things that happen. I'm not going to go over all of it, but it turns out there may be a witch or some sort of spirit out there that's kind of annoying him. The movie is really good. It builds up tension. You wonder what is going on, and it's different from any other ghost story you've seen in the way it makes creepy things creepy. And that's all really good. The movie is great up until the very end where they dropped the ball. They were on the 1 yard line and they fumbled and the other team ran it back for a touchdown because they screwed up the ending big time. But still, the movie's worth watching. And you might like the ending. You may think, oh, well, that was the perfect ending. Of course, then you'd be nuts, but you might like it. So go ahead and watch it because you can rent it for only 99 cents on Prime. And no, they're not sponsoring me. I'm just telling you, it's a cheap movie. It's good. It's Halloween. It's October. You should be watching scary movies. So, I think we've done enough talking, Mr. Puppet Face. Yes, we have. Let's get back to Lady Frankenstein, and we'll see you on the flip side.
It's too late, Tanya. I killed Thomas. You've got to make the means justify the end, for my sake.
What if I fail? Charles,
Then you fail. I'd rather
Good
give
time
my
to be
life
thinking
to
of this
you.
now, lady. And actually,
Is everything
I don't know if lady still applies.
No questions.
no questions.
Remember
You know,
that I love you.
It's not an issue of the fiddle-sticking, people fiddle-stick. But, you're like killing people and swapping brains and stuff.
The last thing.
That's not very ladylike.
Thank you. Now begin.
Okay, let me pour this over your nose. Hey, does this smell like chloroform to you? Huh, early waterboarding. That's where the CIA got it. Yeah, she looks evil, man. Those are not
I
happy-go-lucky
do not
eyes.
appreciate your intrusions, Captain.
I'm trying to find your father's murder, Mrs. Marshall, and I don't see how that could be an intrusion.
Yeah, by drinking my tea?
Please forgive me. I've been up all night with my husband.
Then he's seriously ill.
Yeah, TMI there, lady.
He's resting now, and after my breakfast, so will I. Have you made any progress, Captain?
Not much, but the murderer has. 2 more men have been killed, Jim Turner and Bill Jessup. They worked for Lynch. Oh, you wouldn't know them. They're not exactly the kind you'd invite to tea.
Okay, then.
be afraid. Soon we'll be together again.
Huh. Yeah, this is way confusing. So, do you love the guy for his looks or for his brains? You're gonna put the two together? I don't know. Third base!
They all rejected. My father, life's work. Now they'll see.
I guess they don't need lightning anymore. Well, they probably learned from setting the other guy's nose on fire. That was a mic drop. Man, they got all that fancy equipment and they don't have a stethoscope?
Here you die.
All they got's a drink mixer thing? Is that called a jigger?
You're alive. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, now, just speculating here. Wouldn't it have made more sense for her to salvage her father's brain and put it into a freshly dead guy? That way her father could go on?
It's true, Julia. I've seen it.
And you think that Tommy is somehow involved with this monster?
Well, not in creating it, but I think he found out about it by chance.
And Mrs. Marshall? She's part of it, too?
Yes, she's lied too many times not to be.
Then she and Dr. Marshall, they would have to kill Tommy, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they?
Maybe not. Who would believe Tommy?
I would. You would too, Paul.
Okay, that was quite a leap of faith and logic there, but whatever. Uh-oh. Locals are upset. How much you want to bet they got pitchforks? Yeah, if bullets can't stop him, you got a problem. Okay, now, points for being brave, but if you shot the dude like 3 or 4 times, what do you think hitting him in the head with a torch is going to do? We already know his nose is fireproof, or fire resistant, or something. Ow! Okay. You couldn't have just walked around?
Damn it if he isn't headed straight for the Frankenstein estate. Let's go, John.
Wow.
When I remove the stitches and your hair grows back, no one will see the difference.
Oh, is that a
In the
wig?
meantime, this wig will do perfectly.
Yeah, I thought the hair grew back awful quick.
Now, Charles, put your hands like this. When I release the paper, you try to catch it between your hands before it reaches the floor. But you must look into my eyes. Bravo, Charles. Reflexes perfect, pulse normal. Everything. How could I possibly know our storm would come in time?
Of course you couldn't.
One thing more, Charles. You see that heavy table over there?
That one?
Go and lift it.
Hey, he sounds like the other guy. That doesn't make sense. He should sound like the first guy, because the first guy's vocal cords.
Go on, Charles. Lift it.
All right. Strength check. Feel those arms.
All my life I've wanted to do something like that.
You can now,
What,
Charles.
lift up a table?
You're a young man again. Handsome, strong, intelligent, and beautiful man.
Still smell like lamb, though.
Mrs. Marshall! Mrs. Marshall!
What is it?
Captain Harris, I insist on seeing you.
You must see him, Tanya.
Use the knocker.
He'll just keep on coming back. Come on. Go and see him. Hurry. Go.
I'm going to pick this table up a few more times.
Extremely ill, I cannot.
I'm not asking your permission.
Harris, this is a...
Yes, it is,
I
Mrs.
can
Marshall.
report you to your
You
superior.
do that.
Please leave my home.
Not until I see your husband.
Really, you have no right. Harris, my husband is very ill.
You got to have a search warrant for that.
That's far enough, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain, but my illness is quite contagious. You shouldn't risk coming any closer.
I want to speak to you alone.
Whatever you have to say, I want my wife to hear it.
Very well. I came to warn you about the monster that you and Baron Frankenstein created. I hold you responsible in the deaths of 8 people, including the Baron.
Good luck getting that past the
Of
jury.
course you can prove it.
If I could, I would be here to arrest you. I know that you are my proof. I want you alive, Doctor.
Why should anyone want to kill my husband?
Not anyone. Only the monster he helped to create. Of those killed, 4 were responsible for giving it life. You, Doctor, are the 5th and last.
That's absurd, Captain. How could Lynch and those other 2
By
men-
providing your father and your husband with corpses. I don't have to tell you how they were used.
How else are we to know what you are talking about?
Those jars in the laboratory, it won't be difficult to prove they contain human organs and not animal. No, Doctor.
Well, there
You
you're
never
tipping your
considered
hat. Now
the
they'll
creature
just
might
get rid
not
of them.
appreciate your miracle. That's why he killed the Baron, 3 other men. That's why he must kill you.
Why didn't he kill Charles when he killed my father?
Because your husband wasn't in the laboratory at the time.
This is the most extraordinary fable I've ever heard. You really disappoint me, Captain. A robber killed the Baron. As for those other 2 pyramids of integrity, anyone could have had sufficient reason to kill them. Perhaps it's your incompetence that's led your imagination awry. I suggest you take a
Very
long
well.
vacation.
Yeah, a
I've
good
warned
defense
you.
lawyer would poke a lot of holes
Remember,
in that, I
lies
think.
can't keep you alive, Doctor. But I can.
Your concern is a great comfort to me. Good night, Captain.
I don't know what you've done with Thomas, but I'll find out. And when I...
Well, why do you even think they did something with Thomas? Wouldn't the most logical thing be that Thomas encountered the monster and was killed by the monster and you just haven't found his body yet?
We must get away tonight.
That makes the most sense.
No, Tanya.
But, darling, Harris and his men will find the monster. They'll destroy it.
They don't know how. I do.
Every available man, Peter. I want this place surrounded. And make sure the men tell no one, especially their wives. Now hurry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why can't they tell their wives? Am I missing something here?
You don't know where to look.
It'll find me. Tonight.
Okay, then.
Tonight it will be here.
Charles.
Uh-oh. Is that the monster? Okay, then. So much for, Captain Copper.
Charles! You don't have to kill him. He thinks he just killed you. It's finished. We can control it. It doesn't have to kill again. We can show the world that my father didn't fail, that he wasn't insane. Think of us, Charles. The power, the fame.
No, I must kill it.
Yes, you're right. Kill it.
Why did you change your mind, Tanya? Because you know that no matter which of us survives, you still win? You do know. You've always known.
Good boy, Charles!
Captain Harris. See if he's dead. Just unconscious. All right, let him get close. Let's go!
Okay, so the big battle royale. Round one, to the monster. Aha, deflected. Karate kick. Wow. That bent. The old secret door trick. Give him the stunner! Uh-oh. Oh, he kept it up. Oh. There, can you give me a hand? Oh, she's got an evil grin on her face. Oops. Yeah, she's one to backstab, all right. It was at this moment that Lady Frankenstein knew she effed up. Oh, not so much. Ha! Have an axe to the back of the head. Now, wait a minute. How is he doing a bear hug with only one arm? The Thomas dude is supposed to have super strength, too. He should have been able to easily break out of a one-armed hug.
You love me. Me. I belong to you. Yes, Thomas. My love.
Thomas? Is it Thomas or is it Dr. Marshall? I don't know. Third base. Okay, so the angry mob is going to burn down the castle for reasons.
Too late, Captain. Get him out of here. Get him up. All right, let's go.
And the other coppers are just going to let it happen.
Julia, what are you doing here? You've got to get out of here.
Uh-oh. More fiddle sticking. Okay, I know you don't want to see your brother fiddle sticking, but at least you know he's alive, right? Because you don't know his brain's been swapped. Autoerotic asphyxiation. Okay, so he's choking her out. What? Is that the end? Not even any end credits? Well, I guess that's the movie, folks. Well, hello, and welcome back. You can see here, I'm here with Otis. And, we're going to talk to him. He's the old friend we're going to talk to. Who are you calling? Oh, relax, Otis, relax. So, I understand that, you're a little unhappy with, what has happened? You can't hardly talk. Yeah, I understand that. In the process of reanimating you, when, we may have affected your brain just a little bit. Well, you might be a little hard to understand, but there could be a remedy. Well, as you know, we just watched Lady Frankenstein, and in that movie, yeah, there was lots of nice movies. That's what he said. He said movies. Well, that's what we're going with. Anyway, in that movie, the lady had the idea of taking the brain out of Dr. Marshall or Warshall or whatever his name was and putting it in Thomas's body. What? What do you think you're going to do to me? Well, I thought maybe we would take another brain and put it in your noggin. Are you nuts? That's not going to work. I actually think it will work. We just take another brain, a better one, and put it in your noggin, and then just like Thomas sounded just like Dr. Marshall, you'll be able to speak clearly again. You are nuts. Who are you going to use? Well, that's the problem. I don't really know whose brain we would use. We could possibly take Mr. Howle's brain. What? Are you crazy? I don't want his brain. I don't want the brain. You're nuts. I don't want this. You're not doing nothing to me. Well, we don't have to do anything. We could leave you like this. Why don't we maybe let the audience decide? No, I don't even answer. Well, not often, but we'll put it out there just to see what they think. If you think we should give Otis here a new brain, let us know down below in the comments. Or if you think we should keep him the way it is, we can do that too. I don't like this. Well, that's understandable. But I notice you're not wearing your nice new jacket. It's what? It's itchy? Yes, well, okay, maybe we can, we probably ought to wash it. We did kind of find it in the trash. Woo! You guys are in trash! I hate this place! Get me out of here! Okay, that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye!